Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And today we have yet another OWASP Project Spotlight series. But this time it's a very, very interesting spotlight that we are planning to do. So, this is not for a particular project, but this is around a particular committee that has just been formed recently. And we want to talk about it because it's very, very important for the community. And that's Education Committee formed by OWASP. And today I have Grant and Adrian with me to join from the committee. Welcome to the Spotlight series, Grant and Adrian.
Thanks, Vandana.
Hi. Okay, so shall I kick off? The Education Committee is really a committee that was formed on the back of two projects that myself and John.dileo from New Zealand were putting forward. One was the Application Security Curriculum Project, and John's project was the Body of Knowledge for Application Security. And we're both looking at this from different angles. We're looking at what the requirements for teaching application security in various layers of education, from sort of tertiary through to university and master's courses, but also from a training provider point of view, what should be in application security education for various training courses for developers, for security analysts, for testers. And we sort of came together that we need a set of criteria that was needed for application security training, whether it is for education or whether it is directly for industry. And born out of this, as the version 2 of committees were being proposed, education should be at the forefront of what OWASP is about. We're there to educate developers, we're there to educate security staff, we're there to educate testers, all with the sort of viewpoint that software development should build security into the application development process. So education is at the forefront of everything, and education can drive OWASP forward in its mission, whether we're looking at certifying training courses, whether we're looking at helping to develop the next round of undergraduate and postgraduates. We should be moving forward in establishing those education relationships with the OWASP brand.
Very rightly said. And when we talk about education, I think it should be there for everyone, not just for students, not just for one person, but for everyone. So are we having any charter plans for future, that what exactly we're trying to come up with?
The initial projects that were at the basis of forming the community were really there at developing a sort of an open application curriculum, which where OWASP was able to say, this is what we think an application security training program should involve. So a set of learning outcomes, a set of curriculum ideas, but that would be an open curriculum that could be adapted by anyone into their program, what would bear the OWASP name in the same way that any of our projects are open to anyone, OWASP Top 10, ASVS, etc. And the idea originally was to link our curricula to all the other projects that we're doing. So if you wanted cheat sheets, if you wanted secure development environments, if there's an OWASP project, trying to link it to the curriculum. So giving more meaning to a lot of the diverse projects that we do. But it's almost a roadmap. So if you want to learn this, go to this. If you want to practice this, do that. So it gives a roadmap between what you want to learn and what resources are available.
Okay, great. So are we planning to have any trainings as well around the charter that we have, so that people get to know, okay, this exists and this can be really useful?
So
I think the sort of... Go on. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to jump in here for a second. So because the committee kind of grew out of these two projects, the clarity of the distinction between the two is a little fuzzy right now. Based off the back of the original projects that Adrian was talking about, that he and John put together, we're building a body of knowledge, a basis for curriculum from things like the ASVS, things like SAM, things like all of the major OWASP projects, right? And we'll try and expand that to more than just OWASP projects over time, but initially we'll start with those. There's a second project that's looking at who are the individuals, the roles that would make use of this curriculum, and how can we tie the skills that those individuals need to the knowledge that's contained in that curriculum. So the second project is working on that. So there's two projects there. The committee's role is to try and ensure that those projects are going in the same direction, ensure that the right parts of those projects get the time and funding that they need in order to actually achieve the goals they have, and at a very high level to define what those goals look like. And Adrian kind of talked about those goals a little bit. The ability for OWASP to provide this is the body of knowledge that you should be teaching. If you're teaching OWASP stuff, it should include this information. The ability to then also go and certify that the information that's being taught by a particular trainer is actually meeting those requirements, or the curriculum that's being embedded in a university degree meets those requirements. So the committee is going to try and deal with the more official aspects of taking curriculum and knowledge and putting it in the hands of the individuals who want to learn it. Obviously, all of the projects being OWASP, all of the results of what we produce, the curriculum we produce, will be open. Anyone can make use of it. Anyone can go and grab the curriculum and turn it into a training regime that they have. Anyone can grab the curriculum and actually go and embed it in their own university and create their own AppSec program within that university. But if they want to go one step further and get that certified, they'll need to prove to the committee that they've done the things that they need to do, that they've covered all the aspects they need to cover to the right depth that they need to cover it to. But there definitely is going to be a portion of what the committee will be doing, will be getting involved with AppSec professionals, training providers, and possibly even offering, OWASP arranged training sessions, much like we already have with the AppSec training online, and the AppSec training is part of the global AppSec days, right? So I'm sure the committee will definitely get involved in that.
I think another aspect as well that the committee will pursue is helping to define OWASP's relationship with educational bodies and educational providers. Now, down at chapter level, a lot of chapter leaders and a lot of professionals have relationships with educational bodies, be it universities, be it schools, be it FE colleges, or training providers. And I don't think that grassroots information doesn't come up to the foundation level. So one of the tasks of the Education Committee is to find a way, or to ask the resources to get that information up. So who are our academic supporters? Which training providers are providing OWASP level training? We know some because they're involved in the programs that Grant has talked about. But there's going to be lots of others. And it would be part of our wider remit is to make sure that the message of embedding security into the application development process gets out to a wider audience through education as well. So it's in the education programs, it's in the university degrees, it's in the wider, and I hate to say the word cyber type courses out there, that application security is embedded in all of that, and that message gets out to the whole community.
I think that's really a nice initiative, and it's needed at this time, because I've been chatting with a lot of educational institutes. They know about that, yes, cybersecurity exists, secure coding exists, or application security exists. But point comes that they don't have the actual knowledge or the hands-on knowledge. And they need some kind of information, maybe from the communities that we have or the people around us. And I am pretty sure that Education Committee is going to help in that direction. Now, when we are doing all of this, you need helping hands from the people who are from the industry. So where exactly people can reach out, maybe to get to know more about the education committee, or to share the information that they have or the knowledge that they have? How can they help the education committee?
I think if people want to volunteer to be on the committee, if people want to join the two projects, the open application security curriculum, and the other project that Grant talked about defining the roles, they're good starting points, because we always need volunteers, and the more hands make light work. People that are happy to take maybe in some sort of referring or reviewing role when we come to start writing documentation, any of those types of support is greatly appreciated. And of course, as Grant has already alluded to, we're looking to see if we can attract grant funding to help generate an open curriculum that's of benefit to the whole wider community, obviously of course to OWASP as well, but so anyone that has any knowledge of grant funders in this area who will help to develop what is effectively an international curriculum that's free to all is greatly appreciated as well.
And to project leaders, if you have an OWASP project that is about a specific set of knowledge or a specific group of knowledge areas, reach out to the curriculum project, reach out to us, to Adrian, myself, Toby, or John, and we're happy to talk to you about what the formatting looks like for how we can extract data out of your project to include in the curriculum. Because obviously we're trying to automate as much of that as we can.
Yeah, I thank you so much, Adrian and Grant. This information is really, really helpful. And I'm sure project leaders and the leaders who are supporting different chapters will reach out to you and the different charters that we have, and will be able to fulfill it and will flourish it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much to both of you for joining me today and sharing the insights about the Education Committee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.